Hi, listeners. Welcome to God's Story for Kids. I'm your host, Henry. You can call me Hank.
And I'm Sophisticated. Sophie for short.
Sophie, guess what?
What?
I learned a new game.
What is it?
It's called Truth or Dare.
Ooh. Truth or Dare? I'm not sure that game is new, Hank.
Okay, it's not a new game, but it's new to me. Do you want to play?
Sure, I guess we can play for a minute, but you have to go first. Truth or Dare?
Dare.
Why am I not surprised you picked Dare? Okay, I dare you to keep your mouth closed for 3 minutes. What was that, Hank? I can't understand you. Huh? I just can't make out what you're trying to say here.
Sophie, this podcast would be pretty boring for all of our listeners if I can't talk, don't you think?
Okay, you're probably right.
You go. Truth or dare?
Definitely truth.
Oh, okay. Let's see. What have I always wanted to know? Oh, I got it. Who is the funniest person you know? Remember, you have to be honest.
The funniest person I know? Probably
Yes, go on, just say it.
Your mom.
My mom?
Yeah, she's hilarious.
I thought for sure you were going to say me.
Sorry, Hank, you're a close second. Hey, how did you learn this game anyway?
My friend taught me. We played last week.
Oh, yeah? Did you choose Dare every time?
Of course. I love a good dare.
What did your friend dare you to do?
Lots of things. He dared me to lick my elbow, pretend to be a cat for 2 minutes, eat a spoonful of sugar.
Ew.
Yeah, but that wasn't even the worst of it.
What was the worst one?
He dared me to swallow my pet fish.
No, please tell me you didn't.
Oh, I didn't. I mean, I haven't yet.
What are you talking about, Hank?
Well, he dared me and I said no.
Okay.
So then he double dog dared me.
He double dog dared you? Oh man, that's serious.
I know. He said he'd give me to the end of the week to do it.
You know you can't swallow your fish though, right, Hank?
I know I shouldn't, but he double dog dared me.
Yeah, but Hank, come on.
Well, it's hard to do the right thing sometimes.
You know, this kind of reminds me of something I read recently in the Bible.
Did someone get dared to swallow a fish?
No, it's a little different. No one was dared to do anything. They were commanded to do it by a king.
A king commanded someone to swallow a fish? But why?
No fish, Hank. I was reading in the Old Testament book of Daniel, and there are actually 2 stories about kings trying to make people do things they knew they shouldn't do.
Well, what happened?
There was this king named Nebuchadnezzar. He made a statue of himself and told the people whenever they heard musical instruments start to play, they had to bow down and worship his statue.
No! Wait a minute, that's not right. We're not supposed to worship anything but God. That's one of the 10 commandments.
I know. And these 3 guys in the book of Daniel, they knew it too. Their names were Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The problem was that King Nebuchadnezzar said if anyone refused to obey his command, they'd be thrown into a blazing furnace.
That's bad. That's real bad.
It was. So what do you think the 3 men did?
I think they stayed true to the one true God and did not worship the king's statue.
You're right. And the king got super mad about it. Let's have some Hope Kids read this and see what happened in Daniel chapter 3.
Nebuchadnezzar was so furious with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego that his face became distorted with rage. He commanded that the furnace be heated 7 times hotter than usual, and he had the men tied up and thrown into the furnace.
Suddenly Nebuchadnezzar shouted, "Look, didn't we tie up 3 men and throw them out into the furnace? I see 4 men!" Then the king came as close as he could to the door and shouted for the men to come out.
So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego stepped out of the fire. Everyone crowded around them and saw that the fire had not touched them. They didn't even smell of smoke.
Then the king said, "Praise the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He sent the angel to rescue his servants who trusted him. There is no other God who can rescue like this.
Oh, God rescued them.
Yes, he did. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego did the right thing, even though it was hard, and God helped them.
But Sophie, they had each other. I bet Shadrach was thinking about giving in, and Meshach and Abednego were like, "Come on, Shadrach, don't do it." They were in it together, you know. My friend is the one who gave me the double dog dare. I can't back down.
I don't think so, Hank. There's another story in Daniel chapter 6 where a new king comes and tries to get everyone to worship himself by only praying to him. Daniel refuses to do it because he knew he should pray only to the one true God. So the new king had him thrown into a lion's den.
No, that can't be safe.
It wasn't safe, but God saved him. And then the king himself praised God. So you see, Daniel did what was right all by himself.
Okay, I know. I get it, Sophie. But it's a double dog dare.
It doesn't matter if it's a triple dog dare, Hank. You shouldn't let other people talk you into doing what you know is wrong.
You're right. I know you're right. I won't do it. Thanks for talking me through it, Sophie.
Anytime, Hank. That's what good friends are for.
And this is where your story meets God's story, kids. I'm probably not the only one who's been pressured into doing something they knew they shouldn't do.
So the next time you're feeling like someone is trying to get you to make a not-so-great choice, talk to someone you trust, like a friend or a grown-up, and pray about it. Talk to God about it, too. We know you'll make the right choice.
Even if it's a double dog dare, because you're smart.
You're kind.
You are strong.
You're a leader.
You matter.
You are loved.
And you are part of God's story.
God's Story for Kids.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of God's Story for Kids. It's easy to find us here each week by hitting the subscribe button and then let your friends know how much you love it.
And if you're looking for more ways to plug into Lutheran Church of Hope's annual theme, the whole Holy Bible in a year, check out our website for weekly family devotions and other resources for kids and adults. And if you're local, we hope to see you at Hope Kids on weekends and Wednesdays.
We'll see you next week. God loves you.